Welcome back to STL TV Live. I have Val Joyner with me from St. Louis Crisis Nursery to talk about what St. Louis Crisis Nursery actually does. I mean, everyone always hears the name because it's really one of the most, I'd say, beloved nonprofits in St. Louis. But sometimes I don't know if people know everything, all the services that it provides. So why don't we start there?
Well, for close to 30 years now, St. Louis Crisis Nursery has provided safe haven for children who are at risk of abuse or neglect. So children birth through age 12, they are welcome to come to us when their parents are overwhelmed with parental stress, or maybe they, are suffering from a health crisis and they just need someplace safe for their children to be. So we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And children, they come to us, they know their children are going to be safe and well taken care of.
And then how many locations are there for the nursery? Is it just one base location and then there's different kind of satellite locations?
We have 5 nursery locations.
5 nurseries.
And we have 7 outreach centers. So that's where parents can go and they can have parent education groups. We do outreach, we have parent-child bonding activities at the outreach centers, a lot of activities there.
Well, so April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and you hear all the time these stories of, I don't think people until you have children realize there's those moments where even the most calm parent, their stress can be tested, their level of patience can be tested, and so sometimes they just need to call a hotline to figure out what to do, or other times to drop off their child somewhere. Talk about some of the scenarios that, as it relates to National Child Abuse Prevention Month, what St. Louis Crisis Nursery does, and even some scenarios of cases that you've had, so people, it might trigger some response to people listening to this at home.
Absolutely. We've had parents call us because, they've been displaced by fires and they just have no place safe for their children to go, so they call the St. Louis Crisis Nursery. We've had parents call us because they've been, victims of domestic violence and they have no place safe for their children to go. We've had parents call us because they are just stressed out. They've had a very long work week, the bills are piling up, and they just need a break because parenting is overwhelming sometimes, and they need a place for the children to go, so they call the Crisis Nursery.
And a lot of the work that St. Louis Crisis Nursery, it depends on volunteers. There's a very strong volunteer base. Talk about that, and are you always looking for more volunteers?
We are very, very, very grateful to have volunteers because although we have a very large staff, because we're open 24 hours a day, we could not do it without the help of volunteers. So volunteers are always welcome to come, and there are so many different things that volunteers can do. They can come in the nursery and rock babies, they can play with the children, they can come help organize the closets, do yard work, because the nurseries are set up just like a house. So everything that you need to do around your house, so that's cleaning the tubs, organizing closets, getting the pantries together, organizing the food and cooking food, that's the same thing that we need volunteers to do at the nursery.
We have some photos that I want to actually specifically, as you were describing it, that we can take a look at. Which location is this then?
So this here is our Centene location, which is located in South City.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one that actually moved from Forest Park Hospital to South City. Yes.
Okay.
And that's also in the Centene Nursery. It's one of our beautiful murals. Each nursery location has murals on the walls, and all of the rooms are custom made for the children. That's a boy room. I think this one here is at our North Nursery, and that is the room at our Wentzville Nursery. And that's some children who visited the nursery and just kind of playing around.
And so how many children would you say, or families, people served each year, would you say, is outreach?
Well, we have more than 7,000 children who visit the nursery every year, for crisis care. We see hundreds of families for our outreach. And then let's talk about the families who just drop in the nursery daily, who just ring our doorbell and say, I don't have any food for my children. And we'll provide them food for food from the Operation Food Bag program. And that's supplied by our Young Professionals group. We also have families who just kind of drop in and say, I need diapers. Can you provide me with diapers? And we'll provide them with diapers and wipes and, formula if needed for the children.
No, I mean, amazing work, really just keeping families afloat, essentially, but in a very supportive, long-term and supportive way. There's some events coming up. We've got the information for you right there. It's a National Child Abuse Prevention Month. You can go to St. Louis Crisis Nursery's website. It's right there on the screen for you. The 24-hour helpline, 314-768-3201. Or if you are, as Val mentioned, interested in volunteering, you can call the number. It's 314-292-5770. And when we come back, St. Louis Crisis Nursery has some events coming up that we're going to talk about. So we're going to have more with Val Joyner when we return.